Good morning. We are heading out from Fort Nelson. Stayed at the campground overnight there, and we're getting a late start, but that's okay. We're now in an area where there's only twilight, no more darkness, so we have to put up reflectix in our windows to simulate that darkness so we can sleep. Today is the day before the summer solstice, so it's about to be the longest day of the year, and so that's interesting to not have any nightfall. But we're traveling toward Liard Hot Springs Provincial Park, not too far away, just a couple of hours, and we will probably stay there tonight, so it won't be as long of a travel day. Yesterday we went 6 hours or so, was it? And today we won't have to travel as far, provided we can get a camp spot there, and I believe we can.
There's a little black bear right down here. Can't see anything, Bob. I'm in a bad spot. Okay, now this way. Eating along. Let me take a picture. There's a little baby cub. Yeah.
Show me later.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Just 1 second.
Oh, there might be two cubs. There's two. Hold on, if you can. Yeah, there's two cubs. Because they're starting to come out in. There goes one of the little cubs. Can you see it? And then there's another one. Okay, we stopped at Tetsa River Campground, I believe it's called, because they have world famous cinnamon buns. So we had to buy a couple. We will let you know if they are world famous. They are epic. So we are in the search on this trip for all the epic best cinnamon buns. What you got there, Bob?
Let's see.
What do you think?
That's good.
World famous. What is it actually? Their claim?
World famous cinnamon bun, or world's best cinnamon bun, I think.
Yeah. They're
I think they
they're
made the
large.
top 50 in 2019 of iconic desserts or
okay.
something. So they're famous. Maybe that's it. They're famous.
Famous, okay.
So yeah, that's good.
It's a cute campground. They've got a lot of log buildings. The lodge or restaurant or whatever we went in to get these was actually an old log building. Anyway, we'll let you know. Alright, we're leaving Tetsa. We got the cinnamon buns. I would give them probably at least a 9 or 9.5 out of 10. Very cinnamony.
To Liard River Hot Springs Provincial Park. Your first stop is Tetsa. Turn right onto Alaska Highway.
They were large. The size was good. The taste was excellent.
Proceed to
Very cinnamony. I liked them.
Proceed to the right.
That was our lunch today. We ate about 2/3, I guess, of our cinnamon bun each. Continuing down the road. It's a whole flock, whatever you call them. Slow, so don't scare them.
All right, we've had a much longer drive day than I thought. I think when we left, I said it's about 2.5 hours. It's going to be a lot longer, but it's all been good. We've had a couple of good stops. We stopped and got an epic cinnamon bun, which we'd been looking for some good cinnamon buns. Had been told that they were here in Canada. We stopped at a place to get fuel and found Moose.
Is that a moose in the lake out there? I'm not sure. You'll get some gas. Can you pull back here and let's make sure that wasn't a moose in the lake?
So along with the moose and the cinnamon bun, we've had a very full and active day. We're coming up upon Liard Hot Springs Provincial Park. We're about 19 minutes or so from arriving there. A little bit of spitting rain, but nothing to slow us down or to worry about. So hopefully we'll get there soon and get us a place to camp. We're going to just show up and see if there's something available, and if so, we'll set up camp, and then we'll probably go to the hot springs tonight, maybe even again in the morning.
Come tomorrow.
It's kind of a marshy area. You can see fish
Oh, did you?
in the water, little bitty guppies or minnows.
I'm guessing this isn't hot then. You nice to see a moose out there.
Liard Hot Springs Provincial Park, heading to Watson Lake in Yukon. So we're headed to the Yukon this morning. Yesterday was eventful with a lot of wildlife sightings, so we'll hopefully have that included in the video for you. And it's a crisp morning, about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is out, so it's a nice drive right now, not at all crowded on the highway. Beautiful countryside entering into the Rocky Mountains. We've got, I don't know what this lake is, but we've got a big lake, Liard. That's the Liard River. That's not a lake. The Alaska Highway follows this river. I think Tony studied about that, but I think the surveyors used the river as a guide in planning this part of the highway, and so we're following it too.
We did go to the hot springs last night as well. We may have some video of that, but it was really nice. It was in a natural setting. I left my shirt there, and so I had to turn around and go back and get it. And when I went over the second time, I saw a moose. There's some marshy area. They have a boardwalk across to get to it, and she was real close. I got a few shots of her. We don't really have a good camera to get long distance shots, so we'll have some footage of that included here too. But that was exciting. I was probably 10 foot from her when I first went by. When I came back, she had moved on a little bit. So anyway,
that boardwalk down there and back is about a mile, about 4/10 of a mile down there, and then back, and then we were camping in the overflow area across the highway, so I had a little bit of walk up to the highway and across to our campsite, so I think it's about a mile.
about a mile,
trip.
yeah, and so I had to make it twice to go back and get my shirt, so I got my exercise in, and got to soak in the hot
Yeah.
springs.
Video of this.
Got got a herd of buffalo right here. On the Alaska Highway.
There's a little calf.
Oh, little red calf, I think they call it red bull or something they call those.
We arrived at Watson Lake in the Yukon later that morning. Watson Lake is home to the world-famous Signpost Forest, which has been attracting visitors since 1942. That tradition began during the construction of the Alaska Highway, when U.S. soldier Carl K. Lindley was recovering from an injury at an aid station in what has come to be known as Watson Lake, Yukon. A commanding officer asked Lindley to repair and erect directional signposts, and while completing the job, he added a sign that indicated the direction and mileage to his hometown of Danville, Illinois. Other homesick soldiers followed suit, and the trend caught on, eventually growing from a single signpost to a full forest. The Alaska Highway was constructed during the Second World War to provide a land-based route to Alaska and ground support for the construction of runways and airstrips of the Northwest staging route. The Alaska Highway changed the landscape of the Yukon by increasing transportation routes, improving communication systems, altering settlement patterns, and bringing new services and expanding economic opportunities throughout the territory. The Signpost Forest has expanded over the years to include license plates, road signs, handmade plaques, and other quirky items that travelers leave behind, giving shout-outs to hometowns all over the world. Tony found that even our home state Arkansas was represented. The Signpost Forest is certainly a bucket list stop for anybody traveling the Alaska Highway.